My name is Jesse Tarr, and I'm the assistant tennis coach here at Queen's University of Charlotte. I was given an opportunity to fulfill a dream of playing collegiate athletics at James Madison University by Coach Steve Secord. And throughout my time at JMU, I realized how much I loved college athletics and what it does for the student athlete and the opportunities it provides. And I kind of knew in my gut that I wanted to be a collegiate tennis coach. And I was given an opportunity right out of college to go to Boise State University under Coach Greg Patton. And ever since, I've been coaching, and hopefully that's all I'll ever do. I think as a student athlete, it's a privilege to be a student athlete, and it's not a right. And I think there's a lot of responsibilities that go with being a student athlete. Obviously, being a good student, being a good person, representing your university, all those things are extremely important. I think a big piece of it is giving back to your community, and that's something that I grew up doing. I think is very important in life. And I was coming up, I was sitting in my apartment watching the ESPN Make-A-Wish series and kind of thought to myself, what can I do or what can we do? And I spoke with one of my professors in a service organization I was in on campus in the psychology department, Dr. William Evans, and we came up with the idea of how do we, let's work with Special Olympics. And what we wanted to do, what my dream was to make it a day where everyone felt as they were a part of the campus, where everyone could interact with each other, learn from each other, and it was a very casual day where you can meet and greet and develop relationships without a lot of structure. And so we were so fortunate to set up a meeting with Jeff Bourne, the athletic director at James Madison, who was amazing. And from there, we had a bunch of meetings with the athletics department, and I was very lucky to have a lot of great people involved who did a lot of things to help. And from there on out, the event took off with Special Olympics. We met with them in Harrisonburg and came up with the name, Day with the Dukes, and really went from there. I think it's cliche to say that it's a dream come true, but it actually is. I think, coming from almost creating something on a drawing board and with a hope and a wish, to see it a decade later is amazing. It's probably, I think I had a lot of great experiences at JMU, amazing experiences, but the most fulfilling experience I had by far was the Day with the Dukes. And I think it's a tribute to everyone involved. Special Olympic athletes, Special Olympics, office in Virginia, the athletic department, all the people involved, the psychology department, everyone involved really. Without them, it wouldn't be what it is from the start, and definitely not what it is today. I've been lucky to go back on the 5th anniversary and the 10th anniversary. I think my favorite part is that the foundation is still there. It's a fun experience where everyone can learn from each other and create friendships and relationships and have great experiences. There's definitely more people now involved, and there's more teams involved, and that's awesome to see. But the event, I think, was created just out of let's have a good foundation, and the foundation has stayed strong. And again, that's a tribute to everyone involved. But it's definitely a little bigger. I think when I started and kind of realized what it kind of could become, I've always thought, man, it would be cool to do something like this on every college campus. That might be a stretch, but I think, hopefully down the road, people can take the blueprint and make a difference in some way. I think, one of the things that drew me to Queens to work here was their commitment to service, and our school does an amazing job with all types of community services, all the teams, all the administration, the school as a whole, different academic departments. I'd love to see it on every college campus. But more than anything, it doesn't need to be this idea. I think, as I mentioned previously, it's a privilege, not a right, to be a student athlete. I think one of the responsibilities of student athletes and of coaches is to kind of ask yourself, what can we do to help? We play a sport at an amazing university, an amazing part of the country, and all schools have their strengths. And what can we do to make a difference? Not just with your team, but in your own life. And I think if it's Special Olympics, great. If it's some other cause, great. But for the program as a whole, I think long-term, I'd love to see it everywhere. And I'll do what I can to make that happen, not because I want any credit for it, but because I've seen what kind of a difference it can make in other people's lives and I saw what a difference it made in my life. And so, we just want to help. We want to help people. We want people to be happy and contribute and be positive members of society and of the community. And the community supports many universities around the country. Ours is no exception. The community around here is amazing. In my short time here, it's been amazing to see the community involvement. And I think, as a group, and me specifically as an individual, I'd love to make a difference. And so going forward, I think everyone, I know James Madison, their mantra really is, be the change you wish to see in the world. And, we can say the quote or we can do the quote. And I hope that I can continue to kind of, do the quote and move forward with that. As always, I think I can speak for everyone, member of the Queens family, that we appreciate all the support we get from the Royals fans in Charlotte and around the country and worldwide. And we always are so appreciative of all the support we can get. So thank you, and hope to see you at all the events soon.